Hi, I'm Lee Ford. Retread tires are a safe, environmentally friendly way to help save you money. Let me take a few moments to show you how. Tires are made up of two basic sections, the casing and the tread area. When the tread area becomes worn down, the casing is then sent to the landfill. We take this opportunity to rescue the casings from the landfill. We put them through a rigorous inspection process where quality casings are approved for retreading. The retread process is composed of three main steps: removal of the old tread, application of the new, and the curing. The mold cure process used by us here at Tire Recappers is very similar to that used in new tire manufacturing. There are no seams or splices. Therefore, your ride and balance is the same as that of a new tire.
Back in the 70s, retread tires kind of got a bad rap. Well, actually none of the tires were very good back in the 70s. The retreading process has come so far, technology's brought it a long way. Retread tires are now just as safe as any brand new tire. They're actually legal in all 50 states. So much so that the government actually mandated the use of all retread tires on all government vehicles. People want to know what the catch is to a retread tire. Actually, there is no catch. The reason retread are less expensive is because you're only replacing about 30% of the original tire. Every tire that is retreaded is actually one less that winds up cluttering up our landfills all over the United States. For the past 60 years, Tire Recappers has been trying to help you do three things: reduce waste, cut costs, and maintain a safe vehicle. We're the third generation of Tire Recappers. For all your personal and commercial needs, call Tire Recappers today.
Today we're going to be talking about cherokee.ronnie. I had a chance to get some tires and try them out over the past several months. I don't really make a final review video until I've actually tried the tires out myself, and I must say I'm impressed. I'm starting to do a lot more blacktop running than I am off-roading, just to test it out, because if you go, I'll link all the videos in the description below. All these tires been through off-roading. You can go watch them, and these was the tires that was taking me through the trails. They're just now starting to wear. I mean, they are wore down a little bit, but they're wearing pretty even. Even the front's wearing even. There's no abnormal wear or anything. They do look like this when you get them. It's no big deal. I've not had a problem with them. I've spun on rocks, stuff like that, so don't let that freak you out. A lot of people said this was dry rotted. These are not dry rotted. This is where they sand it down or grind it down or whatever. I'm not having any kind of problems with them. I ain't got no wobbles. I mean, you have some defects in the tire, something like this, but that's just rubber. There's some trail rash, as you can see here. Trail rash there. Look at the front tire. Like I said, it's just as where they didn't trim them. They just kind of put the tread on there, which I like how they done this. They brought the tread around to the tire, which I love it. Same way, this has been grinded. This ain't dry rotted. A lot of people said this is dry rot. They send me junk tires. No, this is where they grinded it. Here's the tread on the front, wearing evenly. I mean, they're a pretty nice tire. I mean, I'm not having any major issues. Matter of fact, I haven't had any issues. Same sidewall, nothing abnormal. A lot of people think this is peeling, but like I said, it's not. Perfectly fine. As you can see, they did a better job there of blending it in. I mean, they could blend it in a little bit better, but for the price, you can't be picky. Here's the tread. Do have a little bit of splits going on right there, but that's normal. Here's another trail rash. It's not like these are really soft. These are actually really hard hard rubber, and you know, they'll take the abuse. You guys don't understand what I do with this thing and what I have done with it. Same thing with the sidewall. Now they did a lot better job of blending this tire in, which it looks amazing. All they do is have to trim this down a little bit. But like I said, I'm not looking for the most perfect tire. For the price these are, you know, you're getting a deal. And they are DOT approved. They try to use American sidewalls. This tread's a little bit more boogered up because I did a lot of spinning with this wheel. They both spin, but I was on a rock and it sees more abuse. Just a little piece like this they didn't trim. It's normal. They have all kinds of different tires on their sites. They have different treads for different different sizes. So you can get on there and check them out. They have all kinds of, you know, different variations of treads for different sizes. Unfortunately, they only have pretty much one kind of tread for 31 1050s, and that's the highest that it goes in 15-inch. But they have 16-inch, they have 17 inches, they have 18-inch. They have all kinds of tires on there. Go ahead and give them a look up on the interwebs. Their 31 1050 is actually pretty cheap. As you've seen, you know, they're not the most perfect, you know, trimmed or anything like that. But for 99 bucks, I'll take that. And for the durability and the and how they last on the road, they don't really howl that loud. They have good road manners. They wear good. I rotate mine all the time. That's just how I do. I always rotate mud tires. I'll leave all the videos in the description below. Like I said, you can go watch the off-road videos that I did with these tires. Can't complain. They grip up good. They don't really pack up. I mean, it has the same tread as a KM2. I think that's what it is, the KM2s. Yeah, I think so. But so, you know, you're going to expect good performance. What we're looking for is how good a job they did with the tire of making a retread. I'd say they did amazing. They beat these guys around here on the retread here in West Virginia. I'm talking about my local shops. They beat them on the retread side. They beat them on the price. They got a heck of a price. For what they are, you can't beat them. They're safe to run on the road. I've run them on the highway. If you go watch one video, I'm 60, 70 miles away from home. I drove the Jeep there and back. So, you know, they do just fine on the road. They are DOT approved, like I said. You can leave your questions in the comments below what you want to know about them. But are they worth buying? Oh yeah, I'd give them a shot. If you don't care about, you know, a fancy sidewall, you know, all that stuff, I'd go ahead and give these guys a try too, because they only weigh 2 pounds heavier than your average tire. They're not real heavy. I get all right gas mileage. Like I said, I'm running the lockers, and you know, you're not going to get perfect gas mileage out of a Jeep that's running lockers like that. But I don't see any major differences. It took a little bit of weight on one tire to balance. I forget which one it was, but other than that, I don't see no separation, no bubbles, no wobbles. I don't even get it. I don't even know they're there, to be honest with you. It's almost like I went and bought a name brand tire, stuck them on there, and I forgot about them. You just don't know they're there. When you first get them, you can feel the lugs hit the ground, so it kind of vibrates a little bit. That's any mud tire. The tread's a little bit harder on this rubber, which I like. I don't know what they do different, but I do like them, how they're made, how the rubber's made and stuff. They're made down there in Tennessee, good old Tennessee, so shipping doesn't take that long for me. It only took a couple days. Customer service is A1. I've talked to them. They're probably wondering where I've been. I've been testing the tires out, making sure they hold up and make sure there isn't any flaws in them before I make this video. But I'm truly impressed. You know, I'm making a name for myself, you know, the recap king or whatever, but these things are safe to drive the way they make them nowadays. Now you do have your shops, like I said, around here that just split them and glue them on and they still fly off. That's the old school way, and they're selling them to you for these kind of tire prices, which I don't agree with. If they're splitting the tread and gluing them on old school, I think they should be selling for 50 bucks a piece. That's just my opinion. But the way these are made out here, these are an amazing price. I mean, they have a competitive price, and I'm thinking about buying another set because I am impressed. I do wish they would make a 33 or something like that, to be honest. But hey, you know, you can't be picky. 31s, everybody hates on me because I run 31s. They're like, oh, you need bigger tires. The truth of it is, stuck 33s on that Jeep right there, and you gain an inch from the pumpkin off the ground. You gain 1 more inch than you were. People say, oh yeah, that'll help you. I'm going where people have 37s, 33s, 35s. You just got to pick your routes. You got to know how, you know, to take on the obstacle course that you're on. You got to know how to, you got to think for a minute. You got to stop and you're like, do I need to take it this way? I do just fine. And with 33s, you know, you're bogging the motor down because I'm not planning on doing a gear change on the Jeep. And plus, you know, you wear out a lot more parts a lot faster. And I don't feel like upgrading stuff like that. And that is the truth. I mean, you guys, oh, I had 33s running for 10 years and nothing's never happened. Well, you must not check your vehicle. Because if you off-road and stuff like I do, you know, stuff's getting wore out. But I have no complaints whatsoever on this tire. I will continue to test them till there's nothing left, or they will not pass inspection in the state of West Virginia. They do pass inspection still because it just got a brand spanking new sticker there about a month or 2 ago. You guys have been going crazy asking me about them, emailing me and stuff like that. So all the videos that I went Jeeping with these will be in the description. All my social media will be in the description also. Make sure you give my page a thumbs up, and you can go look up my personal page, Cherokee.Ronnie. It says personal, and you can add me there too to see a little bit more in detail of my life, and Instagram and Snapchat. I'm Cherokee.Ronnie. Stay dirty, my friends.